Welcome back to Sprague Homestead. I'm Kanan, and today is tractor maintenance day here on the farm. So behind me you can see our Mahindra tractor is draining the engine oil right now. Warmed it up, let the oil kind of flow, circulate through there, and now I have a bucket, an old used 5-gallon bucket underneath. Grabbed a socket, got one of the plugs loose, draining the engine oil out. Now of course the bucket was just like that much too tall to really fit well under there. So I used the bucket, or I should say the drain bucket down under there. I used the tractor bucket to lift it up. So now that I have sufficient clear space to get my hand in there and get it drained out. So today we are going to do the engine oil change, filter change with that, a diesel filter change for the fuel system. I will have to tighten up the fan belt. Let's see what else we're going to do. We're going to check the coolant. Tires are okay. Everything is just basically ready to be serviced. This has 306 hours on it that we've put on the last 5 years or so we've owned it, and it's really just time to kind of get it ready for winter, as it was probably going to sit a lot during the winter unless we get a huge amount of snow, and then it's going to put in a lot of tough service over the winter months. So if you're familiar with doing an oil change on a car or a truck, a tractor is really not that different. You notice it's got a drain plug on the bottom of the tractors. They actually have 2 drain plugs, and it just comes out just good diesel fluid. Now that is nice and black, ready to be changed. We have put it to good use. It does have an engine oil filter there, which is very similar to a car's or a truck. You just loosen it up, put the new one on, make sure you grease the seal, tighten it up to a quarter or to a half turn after, and everything is good. Now I did check the coolant, so you can see I added a little bit here to the overflow bottle, but it's a little bit between the min and max, which is good. Everything else is good there. The belt on the alternator was a little loose just because it's got 300 hours on the tractor, so bolt on the bottom, bolt on the top, loosen it with a pry bar, pull it out, tighten it back up, everything's good. Cap is good on the radiator. Checked the air filter, which was nice and clean and good shape. Now tractors do have a diesel fuel filter also, which separates from water if you get any in the system or condensation. So it does have a sensor on the bottom, so you unplug it, take the filter off, and then there's an O-ring you need to take off the new filter and the new cap. Put it on that first, then put it up, tighten it, and that also gets a little bit of oil. So if you're doing an oil change, you have it available, but put a little bit of oil in there, put it back up, tighten it up, and plug in the sensor. You're in good shape. And then you put your oil in there. So it does take 1.98 liters, so just under 2 gallons. So I put in a big thing of AMSOIL going in it. So that's 1540 diesel is what it needs. And this will be good at least for a couple hundred more hours. Probably about another 3 years or so before I have to change anything else on this again. So with that, it's pretty much done servicing the tractor. The biggest thing I'll say be ready for on a diesel like this or a tractor is the amount of fluid is a heck of a lot more. Even most like trucks, I think we have a couple trucks that take 6 quarts. That takes almost 2 gallons of oil for the engine. So it takes 8 and a little bit, I think, once you get right to the edge, but it's a lot. So that's why I have a bucket for it to drain into. I did it last time with my truck one that'll take 6 quarts, and I overflowed it like bad. Let's just say it was bad. It was like a diesel spill or a Exxon Valdez spill for reference. Just put your bucket under there. I'm going to throw, this is an old paint bucket, so I'll just throw a lid on it when I take it in to be recycled. And I've already started, checked everything out, and so now it's a matter of just putting the panels back on, and the tractor will be done. So with everything done, it's time to fire it up, move it out of the way. Happy homesteading, be safe out there.